What's going on, guys? This is the Super Dec MASTR, and I'm going to be starting up a new channel here, new series on this new channel. Want to do a full 60-year dynasty. I've never seen anyone do one of those, so if you want to go ahead and see this series through, be sure to subscribe and like to the video and to the channel. I'll be going over the game rules here as we kind of breeze through this setup on the old 360. That's right, we are on the 360. It has not gotten the red ring of death, and this 360 is from 2007. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Our coach's name is going to be Tyler Baker. He's from a small farm, rural community in Indiana. Guess which school we're going to end up coaching at first. There's only one school that's heard of him. We're not going to worry about alma mater right now. We can't really change our playbooks. One of the rules of the dynasty is we just have to run whatever playbook our head coach decides, offense or defense. Doesn't matter. We have to run that playbook that coach is deciding. We are going to start out at level 1 coaching skill, slowest progression possible. We are playing with the 2019 rosters, updated rosters, obviously on Heisman, 6-minute quarters. Not going to be doing a whole lot of game rules here, but we will be changing the AI sliders only for us to make it harder. That way we get the best challenge possible. Because of no conference playoff or college football playoff, we are going to be doing some conference realignments. We're moving Texas A&M back to the Big 12, Missouri back to the Big 12, West Virginia's back to the ACC where they belong, and then we're kind of putting some of those maybe not so top tier Power 5 schools like Wake Forest, Virginia there, you see them in the Sun Belt. We kind of did some realignment that way as well, just to kind of balance them out. We want the best teams playing in the Power 5 conferences and then kind of trickle them down as we go. So, and then when it comes to like our tie-ins at the end of the year, those automatic bowl bids, we obviously want the Power 5, and then we're putting the American, Mountain West, and then the Conference USA in there, and we just want to reward those teams that win their conference. In doing so, typically you'll see more like higher rated recruits commit to that school. So have any of you been able to decide which school we're going to end up at? If you haven't, let's comment down below. That's right, we're going to Purdue. And the reason we're going to Purdue is because we just watched them tank in March Madness, so I kind of want to revitalize the school a little bit. Morale's low on campus. We gotta increase things. And we want to see if we can set some records. I mean, see how many they haven't really had any dominant seasons. They've had a few conference championships, things like that. So this is definitely a good school to begin Coach Baker's Hall of Fame journey. We're not going to be able to create any recruits here, and as you can see, I mean, we've got quite the journey. Look at this. I mean, the school isn't great. No conference or no natties there. So let's just go ahead and pick Michigan here. Let's take a quick peek at the depth chart. Not terrible. Slow, definitely slow. Big old turd right here. Okay, slow, still slow. Yeah, okay, not terrible. So offensive line, man, we are going to have to do something here. We are going to have to do something because this just isn't going to cut it. I mean, we might be able to win some bowl games, end of season, things like that, but it's going to be tough to beat the likes of Ohio State even, or right now Michigan, because of these updated rosters. With this kind of roster, I mean, they're just, look how slow they are. Oh my gosh, they are slow. We're going to definitely have to find a game breaker, a guy that'll take the top off the D, somebody that can maybe take it to the house on special teams. Schedule, not going to be a cakewalk by any means, that's for sure. We want strong non-conference games as well. That way we can try to get those recruits that we need to maintain the program here for at least the first couple years. And then obviously some of the goals here, we're trying to beat these coaching career records, I guess you could say. First one's owned by Joe Paterno out of Penn State, and then we've got Bobby Bowden, Amos Stagg, Longest win streak would be Bud Wilkinson. Bear Bryant's got the most natties, but really it's Nick Saban. He's got 7. He beat out Bear Bryant a few years ago. Years coached is Amos Stagg, and then also years at school is Joe Paterno, and we're just trying to beat all those. To me, that says we are the best coach of all time. When you start your dynasty, you always want to turn these off. That's going to give you the most control over those dynasties. So we need some backers, some DBs, and some linemen. So we're going to go after Isaac Harris, William Weaver here, Brian Pryor, Ben Griffin looks like a solid there. We'll go ahead and get him added here in a second, as well as Ross Wilcox, Jonathan Joseph, Corey Roberts looks pretty solid here. We do need a defensive back, and then Eric Avery, and let's see who's next. We got Dan Sanders, and we'll go ahead and add Pat Wilson here because we do need a DB, and then also Nicholas Cromwell. He'll make a good DB for us. And I really like this Jarrell Jones guy, as well as Michael Engel. Unfortunately, our coach doesn't have the ability to go ahead and scout through, like 100% through. But from what little scouting I have been able to see from this Michael Engel cat, I'm telling you, he's going to be a dog. I mean, that dude, he's going to be pretty solid for us as long as we can go ahead and get him to commit. So let's go ahead and jump right in here to recruiting. We'll get this Michael Engel fella topped off here. And then there's going to be a few guys here I'm sure that we're going to have to replace. So we'll go ahead and get in here and replace. This Lewis guy looks like quite the stud, so we'll just go ahead and add him. And then we'll skip on over to our first game against Notre Dame. And Ben Griffin is ready to come or visit our school, so we'll go ahead and get him scheduled here. And then there's going to be a few guys that decide they show little interest, so we'll go ahead and get them taken off the board and get replacements added. When we go in here to play Notre Dame this week, we're just hoping that Brian Kelly coaches the way Brian Kelly always does. Duke 2016. For those of you that don't know, Duke came to South Bend and beat Notre Dame 38-35 at home. So like I said, we can only hope for something like that. So we're going to go ahead and go with our Old Gold series for this one. We've got Moore, Bailey, and Hopkins looking to make an impact for us this year. And they've got Love, Tillery, and Coney all above 93. Like I said, on paper, Notre Dame is definitely the better team, but that doesn't always mean they're the better team. There's a movie called Any Given Sunday. Well, we're playing Any Given Saturday here. Let's see what we can do. Let's hope that we can come out here with a win. And tails fails for Notre Dame. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and select kick on that one. We want to have the ball in the second half. And let's see how our defense holds up here this first. Oh, wow. Wow. Another wow. I can't believe that. I've hit that throw a million times. It must, yeah. Our accuracy must just be way off. But let's see what his feet can do. We're going to move it 10 or 9 yards, it looks like, I guess, on the ground. And watch this nice little outside cheese here. If you pay attention, you'll pick up a few tips and tricks along the way. But, of course, if you guys want a more in-depth look at some things, I can always go through all my little, I guess you could say, tips and tricks and know-hows of playing this game for the past 10, 12 years and never stopping. I've never quit playing this game. Oh my gosh, what a nasty pick. What a nasty pick. But that's why Notre Dame's ranked number 9 and we are not. So let's get back in here on offense and see if we can maybe not throw an interception on this drive. That would be ideal. But hey, we got sacked on that one. At least we got that going for us. We've got a good sack coming. And like I said, there's that outside cheese we're looking for. Depending on how those corners are sitting is kind of how you want to play that. Just take a peek there. And then it looks like they're in man coverage. So we'll go ahead and run a quick in route that the corner's not going to be able to keep up with. A little receiver screen. We've got a sack or two. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Okay, I like you. Let's see. Oh my gosh, what a dart. What a rope. What a catch. Who is that? Our tight end and quarterback connection. Unbelievable. Tight end quarterback connection. I'm just speaking on that and how great that is, and you guys go and make me look like a fool, don't you? Yeah, look at that. Quarterback tight end connection. Looking like a fool out here. And that's pick number 2 of the game. Let's comment down below and see. I do throw a few picks in this game. Let's see how many picks you guys think are a few picks. We're up to 3. Will I throw 4, 5, maybe 6? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Good news is that our defense is holding up. I mean, we're into the second quarter here against a top 10 team, and they've only scored 7 points. Excuse me. I guess you can't ask for much more than that. We seem to be able to run the ball, all except for that play. That one play right there that I try to speak on how great we're running the ball is the one play that they get tackled behind the line. But yeah, we seem to be able to run the ball. I just need to, I guess, focus more on running the ball here, and maybe we'll articulate the ball down the field, boys. If you know who that was, go ahead and stick their name down below too. He's a famous coach from the NFL, I believe. You see him on Sundays if you watch NFL and pay attention to some of the copyrighted trademarks video that they have there in commercials and things like that. Yeah, that's that fella. So we're just trying to slowly kind of move the ball down the field. If you don't like ugly, put a blindfold on. Yep, there it comes. Can't believe it. It's pick number 4. For those of you who said 4, are we going to stop? Is that going to be our last pick of the game? Only time will tell. And it's only the second quarter. Can you believe that? Only the second quarter. What a good snag, though, by Rondale Moore. What a good snag by Mr. Moore there. And again, Mr. David Blow moving the ball with his feet. But he just lost a lot with his feet, too. Man, we lost 16 on that one. Oh, my gosh. We're going to have to keep nickel and diming the ball down the field here, see what we can do. Come on, Mr. Knox. Hurry back to the backfield. We've got places to go, people to see. I guess it's time for a dirt nap. Yep, and Mr. Kelly thinks he's doing it all out there when we all know it was the players. It's the players. All right. I know it looks like we're running a lot of the same, and we kind of are here just because it's down towards the end of the quarter, and we really need to score. Thankfully, it's only 7-0. How it's only 7-0, I don't know. Oh my gosh, the safety just blew it. The safety blew it, and we're down to the 3-yard line, baby. We are down to the 3. We are going to get right in here. Look at the head coach asking the defensive coordinator what we should run. It's probably a good idea considering the offensive coordinator has selected to throw 4 interceptions within the first half. But good news, we punch it in with Mr. Knox there, and we are able to go into half tied 7-7. Coming out in the third quarter, like I said before, we do need to focus heavily on the run. That will help us a lot when it comes to turnovers. If our quarterback's not all that great and can't really manage the game, he's not a, say, Tua or, I guess not Pat Holmes in college, but maybe Vince Young, Troy Smith, those kind of guys that could just, the game was in their hands and you knew it from the first play of the game. Like, they were going to manage the game, whether it be with their feet, their arm, they were going to manage the game. So our quarterback apparently isn't that guy, but that's okay. We're going to make the best of this. Petey is loving the good hard-nosed running, though. Look at him. He's cheering us on from the sideline. He says, "Go get 'em, boys." So, yeah, if you don't have one of those quarterbacks that can really manage the game, just think of, was it Jim McMahon for the Bears? He was never really one of the top-tier quarterbacks coming out of college. But he was a quarterback that could manage the game. And Apparently, my quarterback is not even as good as Jim McMahon because we can't manage the dang game. Pick number 5. Does anybody think that's going to be our last one? Go ahead and put it below if you think that will be our last one. Or could we throw 6, 7, maybe 8 picks this game? Who knows? It's only the third quarter. We do need to run the ball. We just need to run the ball. I keep saying that, and we throw it, and then we get sacked or throw an interception, and it turns ugly, and I'm just, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The tight end quarterback connection. So there's kind of some secrets here. Tight ends can really, really make a difference in your program if they're solid players. They can hurt you if they're not. But if you're able to find that guy, that fourth receiver on the field that can also block, like a good tight end, he can really make a difference for you on the field, especially if your program doesn't have those game breakers on the outside. That good tight end presence in the middle is going to be able to get you those 5, 7, 8 yards first down, right? But then you can also keep hitting those guys on the outside, and it's just a good balance. I mean, you got to think about it as, what's the defense going to call? Are they going to be in cover 2? Are they going to be in cover 3? Like, see right now, it looks like they're either in man or cover 3. But depending on what that corner does, that's definitely a man. They sack it or tackle us behind the line on that read. But that good outside cheese is getting us taken care of. That's really feeding the buggy there, buddy. Look at that. We are all tied up, fellas. All tied up, 14-14, going into the fourth quarter. Let's see what we can manage here in the fourth. If we could just run this ball all the way down the field, or maybe just kick a field goal, like I said. Duke, 2016. I was in the end zone. Believe it or not, I was in the end zone and watched that kick go through. And had there not been a net, it would have landed probably like 4 rows in front of me, 3 rows in front of me, give or take, maybe 2 rows behind me. I don't think I would have caught it. That's not what I'm getting at. But it was an ugly day. It was an ugly day. There wasn't enough green beer in the stadium to wash those tears away. But anyway, our cheer squad is loving that we're putting a hurting on Notre Dame. We are just moving the ball right down the field. This is definitely going to be one of the big takeaways from this game. We can't throw the ball, and we can't really run the ball either, but if we just stick our nose right behind our linemen and keep hitting the truck stick, boy, we get 3 or 4 yards every time. For some reason, they must be sitting in a zone or something, but Petey's loving it. He doesn't care either way. He says,
just keep giving it to him. Just keep giving it to him.
I'm kind of glad we got tackled behind the line there because that helps set this up. Now, there is one thing that I kind of noticed here as I was going through and recording this. Brian Kelly doesn't call a timeout here. Let me say that again. Brian Kelly doesn't call a timeout. Does he know something that we don't? We'll never know. But the kick is up. It is good. It is through. And that's the game. Purdue wins 17-14. Looks like old Leprechaun there better check his pot of gold because it looks like he may be missing a few bricks. Mr. Purdue Pete has run off with the gold. Anyway, some games around the country there. Takeaways from this game. We threw way too many picks. We definitely need to make some better, more efficient, quicker decisions in the pocket. We can run the ball effectively. If you notice there, Notre Dame did not possess the ball the entire fourth quarter. The entire fourth quarter. We had the ball the entire fourth quarter. That's great. I mean, that's beautiful. That is a thing of beauty. If we could do that more often than throw those 5 picks, I think we definitely have a shot at winning some games here. Oh, this is awesome. We've got Isaac Harris, William Weaver both wanting to visit, and then also Ben Griffin and Ross Wilcox. Those would make some great redshirt guys. We'll go ahead and get them scheduled for you in episode 2. And then, as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. I just like playing this game and love to put it out there, create something for somebody else to see how I do it. And if you haven't already, what you doing? Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We will see you in episode 2.